Money FM 89.3. Best of drive time. Culture Club.
Money FM 89.3. Good afternoon. It is drive time. I'm Elliot Danker. It's time now for Culture Club. You know, the first 9 months of 2022 saw more than 1,100 complaints made against home renovation contractors in Singapore, compared with 1,300 in the whole of 2021. It's not a new phenomenon, as it is already well known that the interior design and renovation industry is often plagued by complaints about things like delays or even shady practices, lousy workmanship for some. This worrying trend has pushed many homeowners to be more vigilant in choosing the right contractors for their renovation projects. Now, in the face of increased scrutiny and the need to elevate not just the industry's image, but also consumer trust, our next guest has gone above and beyond into building a trustworthy industry that safeguards consumers against any form of exploitation. So we're going to get some tips on how not to fall victim to renovation horror stories. On the line with me is Russell Chin, founder and managing director for Inspire ID Group. Russell, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Thanks a lot for taking the time. Let's talk a little bit about Inspire ID Group. Tell me more about the company's philosophy.
Yeah, we are interior designer and renovation firm. Right, we put passion into our work and try to design a very useful spaces. And we have been in the market for more than 15 years.
Okay. You mentioned earlier on, about how, or rather we found out about how your company's philosophy is all about staying loyal to the client's brief and requirements. But at the same time, you want to create an interior that meets the highest standards. So, Russell, let me ask you a personal question. Say I'm a client, I come to you with a certain belief. I want it to look this way. Then I keep changing my mind. How are you going to handle me?
That is our common problem that we face, right? Of course, everyone would like their houses to be in their best possible design way, right? So, of course, there will be changes here and then. We will try to accommodate to whatever request. And, of course, prior to that, we have to give our expertise in it and try to find a win-win situation for both parties.
Yeah. That's a lot of the personal touch that I'm hearing that you guys do. So I guess this is the part where we talk about planning your renovation. So I've come to you, I want to renovate my home, but I've got 1,001 ideas. So walk us through step by step when it comes to planning a renovation. What would you recommend?
Okay, the common pitfalls is that when you start to go for a renovation code, my advice is to, on the broad view, that you should take a quotation for at least 3 to 6 months in advance.
Okay.
Why reason behind it is because you have more time in your design, and of course more time in choosing the right ID. By choosing the right ID, you need a lot of homework, research here and there, do your due diligence to check whether the ID firm you are engaging is spending. Right? And there's a lot of things that you need to find out before you really go into planning your reno.
Okay. I mean, I'm quite lucky because my wife is a trained architect, so I was never really going to fall victim to any scams or exploits. But what would you advise people, how to look out for these scams, all these big, lofty promises that the ID is saying to you, but actually they cannot deliver?
Definitely. I've been doing this for the past 6 years. In fact, I've been invited for my National Road shows all over Singapore by HDB to educate time and time again to the homeowners, beware of road contractors outside. Okay. All right. So today I'm going to repeat again, all right, so that, of course, more will be educated in how to choose a good ID or, in fact, how to avoid the road contractors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, there are a few avenues that you can look at, all right? If you are staying at HDB, of course, you need to engage a HDB registered contractor. That is a must, right? And, of course, you can look into the company whether they are Case Trust RCMA or whether they are Case Trust accredited. Okay. All right? Definitely, this will certainly protect a fair bit more. All right. So under these accreditations, companies will have to buy a performance bond, all right, for the deposit. In the event that the company went MIA, so to say, right, liquidate, run away, at least your deposit is being protected, all right, safe and sound by the insurance company, right? So this is one good portion that you can look on.
Okay.
Of course, good news. RCMA Academy, I'm also the General Secretary of RCMA, also known as Renovation Contractors and Material Supplies Association. All right, what we do, we are a group of voluntary bosses coming together since 1980 for the over years. We try to uphold the good name of our industry. There's a lot of black sheep, right? So we try to uphold the industry, right? So good news. I think 2 years back, under RCA Academy, we have just launched we have a course asking designers and contractors to come forward to get certified. All right.
Okay.
So they have to undergo a course, and then after they pass, they will have a CRP number, and they will be named as RCMA Certified Renovation Practitioner.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So at least you know that your designer you are engaging is well versed. Well versed in what? Well versed in the rules and regulations. Well versed in the renovation. Right. So at least you can look on whether there's more things that you can look into.
So basically, you're like this helping to create
awareness.
Not just awareness, but I think like a Singapore standard, so it's easy for me if I engage or I see this certification, I know that this person knows all the rules and regulations. So less likely I will have a problem with this particular renovator.
Yes. We are trying our best. We try to bring to increase the standard.
Okay.
Likewise, like a CEA license for agent is a CEA license, right?
Okay.
So now contractors, we are trying to not 100%. We are trying our best. Currently, there's only about 350 certified practitioners, and of course, year in year out, we are having courses, and we are trying to bring forward more designers or contractors to come and attend to this course. So at least the public, when they choose an ID or their contractors, they know that the ID is well versed in renovation. So less problem will arise moving forward.
So what is it stopping you guys from, having more people come forward with certification? What are other contractors or other ID companies skeptical to get certified from you guys?
Not really. They are skeptical, but they have to be in the queue system.
Okay.
There's so much that we can train, and because it's not a 1 or 2 day course, it's a 7 to 8 week course. All right. So we really very serious in it, and then we want them to get educated and get certified. And so, of course, there will be a queue system that brings in the designers queue, right? But of course, everything is going smoothly as now.
And the person getting certified are the designers, right? The so-called project lead, like say a HDB home, the designer that is designing the whole home, the interior of the home, and engaging and liaising with the contractor. So not so much the people doing the so-called manual labor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. But of course, there is also courses coming in for the towlers and carpenters. That is on the manual labor. All right.
What kind of courses?
So we are also creating courses. Yeah, for toweling works, for carpentry works, for painting works. So we are creating all the courses, so asking all the manual labor experts to come in and get certified. All right. So moving forward, again, we were trying our best to see that less problem will arise in the near future.
What other gaps, Russell, do you see in this interior design so-called ecosystem here in Singapore? I wonder if, these designers or contractors, perhaps they need to go for courses to help them be able to communicate better with homeowners, help homeowners understand. And, it's not easy to tell a homeowner, hey, be patient. It's not like you know how to do tiling, right? I mean, that's true, but, everybody wants their home fast, right? Maybe these sort of communication skills, is this a gap worth looking into, Russell?
Communication skills, yeah, of course, the labor workers, majority, they are from Malaysia. From Malaysia. They are Malaysians. They are trade skillsmen for carpenter, tiling work, they are from Malaysia.
Yeah.
So normally, they are not really educated in English, all right? But that's why the contact point is always the designer or the site coordinator.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So of course, they can. If you are Chinese speaking, it's completely fine, right? And then by English speaking, we have to come into the picture, try to communicate between the owners and the labor workers.
Yeah. Actually, maybe even homeowners also can go for some courses, learn to be more understanding to the contractors. Okay. Russell, let's okay. So you talked about these courses that you're offering. You gave us some tips. Do we, as homeowners, need to educate ourselves in terms of, like, I don't know, maybe the materials being used? Do we need to be a bit more savvy in terms of red flags to watch out for? When the contractors are bringing these materials into the home.
Yes, definitely. The owners have to do their due diligence, okay? They have to do the diligence, have to do the homework. All right. So how do you detect all these red flags not to get scammed? Of course, when you are engaging someone that is a yes man, also can do. I can have this wall. Yes. Can you this? I can. Yes. I can. Everything also can. Then I think not that it may be a red flag. All right. Yeah. So extremely cheap price also comes into the picture.
Okay.
You may have one quote is 35K, the other 30, the other one 25. I think that is a really red flag. So do you think possible that a 35 project that the contractors have a profit of 20K?
Yeah.
It's not the case because materials prices are quite sky high now. All right.
Yeah.
So that is a red flag. All right. Yeah. So when IDs or contractors, they also give you tons and tons of free gifts. All right. That other IDs can't give. That is a red flag. All right. So of course, there's many things that you still have to take into consideration. What about their physical showroom? Do you went to their physical showroom? Do you look into their reviews? All right.
Okay.
And then if the reviews, you go detail in it, if 100% is all positive, I think that is not really realistic. You know that, right? So it cannot be 100%. It cannot be 100%. Most of them, if it's 100%, it's all, they produce their own self. Right? So we have to be realistic also. Right?
So what, 80%, 70%?
Yeah, I think that is a good gauge.
Okay.
All right. And of course, you want to be even more careful. You can look into their past projects. You can ask to say, hey, before I engage you, can I check your workmanship? Can you bring me to one of your project sites?
Yeah.
You can do that. I'm sure the ID, when they are interested in having the deal, they can do that for you as an added service.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And of course, most importantly, this is what I need to say. Most importantly, when the ID or the contractor, they ask requesting for a large sum of money upfront, that is a very red flag. Right? Where you do not pay them a whole lump sum. Regardless of whether they tell you, I need the material because I need to book.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
All right?
Yeah.
It's all progressive payment. You need to protect yourself. Under case trust contract, all right, if you have case contract, it's probably, I think I give you a gauge estimate, deposit 10 to 15%, the next commencement 40%, the next another payment 40%, then last is 5%. It should be progressive. So at least if anything goes wrong, right, at least your risk is being minimized. All right. So reputable IDs don't need lump sum 90-100% to buy the material. Right. So this is a very important thing. Don't pay them. Or in fact, you don't pay me lump sum. I'm a contractor, so you don't pay me lump sum. I don't ask for 100% from my clients also. Yeah. Right.
I like the advice you're giving, Russell. And I kind of liken it to. It's like if you're shopping online, you want to look at the reviews, you want to, even if there are bad things, you want to see whether you can deal with it, and you also want to see the ratings as well. What are some of the review photos that other people put up? So if you approach this sort of renovation like how you would shop online, you are a little bit safer in that sense.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
All right, I've been speaking with Russell Chin, the founder and managing director for Inspire ID Group. Russell, I appreciate your time. You take care and have a great Tuesday evening, yeah?
Take care.